So there are three characters in Dragon Ball Super that I believe deserve their own spin-off story, and that is Kaba, Jiren, and Hit. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and pause the video right here, go in the comment section below, and let me know out of Kaba and Jiren, which one do you believe deserves their own standalone story, because today's story is all about Hit.
Know your place, worm. Prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
This story is called Hitto, the Legendary Assassin, and it is a story that is made and illustrated by Jan Strike. And we start off this story with a attack on what seems to be Universe 6 equivalent of a bank. It's called the Transit Station, and they create credit plates there that they use as currency in Universe 6. And everything's going normal up until the wall explodes and we meet our first two original characters for this story, Rago and Togi. And they are part of Kibasen's space pirate crew, and they're obviously there to rob the transit station, and they are far more powerful than the security forces that are on this station. Now, Hit makes it very clear, he doesn't care why they're there, he doesn't care what they're doing, he doesn't care who they hurt, and his name is irrelevant because they want to know who this guy is. What he's there for is for information on their boss, the pirate that employs them, Kibasen. And of course, these guys are not going to give him any information without a struggle. And that's when Hit's like, alright, well, it's time for me to get serious. And he pulls his hands out of his jacket, and Rago is his first victim. Rago attacks him with full force, and he gets decimated with one hit. This leaves Togi, and the curious thing about Togi is that he is a yard rat, and it seems like this particular yard rat is one that may be a warrior of his species, as you see later down the line, because he has access to techniques that we really haven't seen from any other yard rat. And honestly seems that yard rats are a race that just happen to be in multiple universes, different than how we've known it before, where one race is usually in one or two universes. And Togi tells Hit that he will give him the information that he needs if Hit can beat him. And of course, he's gonna take him up on that offer if that's the only way, and they begin to duke it out. This is when you start realizing that Hit is on a completely different class than Togi, strength-wise, but Togi does have the instant transmission technique up his sleeve, and he does end up using it up until Hit figures out and beats it. Once Hit beats the instant transmission that we all know, Togi tells him he has more fight left in him, and he powers up and goes into a technique that we haven't seen, and it's rapid instant transmission. Only works within short distances, and he ends up putting the hurt on Hit, overwhelming him temporarily, and the fight continues. Hit then realizes that Togi is far stronger than he first would have thought, but he still is easy to figure out, and when Togi attacks him again with the same maneuvers, Hit can easily read through the rapid instant transmission, and he ends up overwhelming Togi. And Togi realizes earlier on that Hit is a completely different character, a different fighter on a completely different level, because he used a huge attack on him and it really had no effect besides numbing his arms. So the power discrepancy between these two characters is immense, but I like the fact that Togi didn't give up and he did go into his rapid instant transmission, even though he still used the same maneuvers, and Hit was ultimately able to understand and defeat this instant transmission. And here we are at the end of this chapter, where Hit hits him with a special attack, deeming Togi worthy enough to take this hit in the gut. This knocks out Togi, and the chapter finishes. Personally for me, I do think that Hit's one of those characters that could really pull off an entire series, a spin-off series on his own, because he's got a cool job, he's an interesting character, there's mystery behind him, he's extremely old, and he's just really cool. He's got really cool techniques. So the fact that this guy came out here and made this manga, I really did enjoy it. And so I want to give shout outs to you, man, because this was really well done. I love the artwork on it. I love how you took elements from Dragon Ball and threw it in there, as like the Yard Rat. You threw in space pirates, and you even created an instant transmission fighting technique, as opposed to what we only seen it before, where we just pop in and out in different locations, how Goku's been using it. So I definitely really did enjoy this, and I'm hoping to see more of this chapter continue. For the artist, if you see this, hit me up and let me know when the next chapter comes out, because I will review it. For any of you guys who picked either Kaba or Jiren, if you guys know of any different fan-made manga for either of these two characters that I haven't covered yet, let me know so I can go ahead and read it. And if you guys give me something interesting, I'll give you a shout out here on the channel. Anyway guys, I'm out of here. This is BlackScape signing off. Enjoy your Saturday.